Flight attendant slaps pregnant black woman, unaware her husband owns the airline. Ma'am, you're in the wrong seat. The economy is in the back. The slap came faster than the apology. Never did. She didn't yell. She didn't cry. She just stood. Their hand on her belly, stunned while the entire plane went silent. Phones came out. Whispers started. But no one moved, until one man in first class slowly stood, pulled out his phone, and made a single call that changed everything. What they didn't know was that this wasn't just anyone's wife. It was the wife of the man who owned the skies. Welcome, story lovers. Where are you watching from? Hit the like button and drop your city name in the comments so we can see how far our story travels. Avery had always believed in staying quiet, even when life didn't. 7 months pregnant, she'd traveled across the country to attend a medical seminar, one she'd helped organize behind the scenes. The baby wasn't due for another 8 weeks, and this was supposed to be her final solo trip before maternity leave. She booked a first-class ticket, not to impress anyone, but to ensure a comfortable flight home. Her husband, Marcus, had offered to send a private jet, but Avery declined. She never wanted to be seen as the boss's wife. She believed in walking among people, not above them. Boarding early with her bump barely showing beneath her cardigan, she smiled politely, moved slowly, and minded her own space. But sometimes the world doesn't care how kind or quiet you are. Sometimes your very existence offends someone enough to make them forget your humanity. As Avery settled into her seat, the first-class cabin buzzed with business chatter and soft jazz. A few glances met her belly, but nothing alarming until the flight attendant approached with a clipboard and a raised brow. "Excuse me, ma'am. This section is for first class only." Avery replied softly, showing her ticket. The attendant snatched it with a sigh, inspecting it like a forgery. "This has to be a mistake." When Avery calmly insisted it wasn't, the attendant's tone sharpened. "Don't get smart with me. I know what I'm doing." Other passengers began to notice. Eyes flicked toward her, then away. Moments later, Avery quietly asked for help placing her bag in the overhead bin. The flight attendant scoffed. "If you can't handle a bag, maybe stay home next time." Avery stood slowly, placing a hand on her belly. "Please, I'm just trying to." The sound cracked through the cabin like lightning. Gasps. A man dropped his drink. Avery froze. Her eyes welled up, but she didn't break. No one rushed to help. No one said a word, except for the man in seat 1A, who rose without expression, pulled out his phone, and calmly said, "It's me. Pull the jet off standby. And please instruct HR to prepare a termination file, effective immediately." Phones lit up. Murmurs turned into a storm. And just like that, the skies began to shift. The plane hadn't even taken off when the ground crew reappeared and escorted the flight attendant off the plane. She resisted until she saw the man's ID clipped to his jacket. Marcus Langston, CEO, Monarch Air. She turned pale. Her lips moved, but no sound came. Avery remained seated, hand on her belly. Silent. Marcus didn't raise his voice, didn't need to. He stood by his wife and said, "You okay?" Tears filled her eyes, not from pain, but from being seen. The captain came out personally to apologize. The passengers clapped, not out of celebration, but guilt. And somewhere in the back, a woman whispered, "I thought she was just, you know." But that's the point. She wasn't just anything. She was a woman, a mother, a person. And now, a symbol. Dear audience, if you're enjoying the story, don't forget to give it a like. It helps. The story made headlines the next morning, not just because a CEO's wife was assaulted, but because it revealed something far more profound. Avery gave a quiet interview, not seeking revenge, but reflection. "What if I wasn't married to him?" she asked. "What if I were just a regular woman flying home?" Her words sparked conversation nationwide. Monarch Air launched a diversity overhaul, mandatory training, transparent hiring, anonymous complaint lines. The flight attendant issued a public apology, but Avery never answered her call. She was too busy raising a daughter she would one day teach. Your worth doesn't need a title to be real. The world may overlook you, but never let them erase you. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to our channel for more powerful stories and new videos. Take care.